Hi guys, it's Jimmy, and I've got my Patek collection out. Now it's barely a collection. I've got two, and hoping that over the years I can collect many more. As now that I've delved into Patek Philippe, I've really only focused on them, and my interest is sort of left the other brands in some way. I think it's starting with much lower end brands and working up through all the higher end brands, more expensive brands, better finished. You appreciate each one as you go through them. So I sort of did the thing of started with vintage watches, went to modern watches, went through a fair few brands, ended up buying and collecting quite a few Rolex. Then I went to Audemars Piguet, bought a few of them, and then I knew I would go from there to Patek. And as soon as I did, and you have them in your hand and you in your ownership, and you really get to critique them, you really notice just how perfect they are. I always thought AP was every bit at the same league, and I still love AP, and I think I will continue to collect one here or there if they come along. But to me, I think Patek Philippe is another cut above. Their attention to detail is in some way just finer. It doesn't really show in photos, it really shows it in your hand, to the naked eye. Whereas Audemars Piguet photo really well. They've got very harsh and sharp lines, and their graining is amazing, and it really shows in photos. Whereas Patek is more subtle, much finer, and you really have to have it in the hand to appreciate just how much more refined it is. Again, above AP and above I believe above Vacheron. They're just where it's at for me. I still love all my watches in my collection, including my vintage stuff, but like Rolex is great for collecting all the different models and all that. I mean, they all have the same finish, whether you're buying a gold one or a stainless steel. So it's just nice to have the different watches, whether it's GMTs or Submariners, or day dates, or date just, your Milgaus. It's good to have a bit of variety in Rolex. But now it's all about, for me, just waiting on the next one. I'm enjoying the two I've got here. I've worn them a little bit. Can't wear them too much because I can't daily wear them in any capacity, being a farmer. But and a lot of time when I am heading out, it's just quickly. So unless I'm going out for a more extended period, for the whole day, or going on a date with the wife, they'll come out then. So I'm wearing my sad and tired Patek Philippe glove, which I got many years ago before I ever got a watch. And so it's looking a little bit stained and a bit grubby, but I've had to put it on. So a shout out to my authorized dealer to please give me a new glove. I was looking through, I can't remember if I do have one somewhere, but I've got a nice AP one sealed, but that's not going to cut it. So it's just a bit worn, but whatever. See every other channel with their glove on. I thought I'll put this one because at least it's a branded one. All right, so I've got my Calatrava in here. So this is a 5196 R. So it's rose gold with a silver dial, 37mm, manual wind. I think it's a caliber, is it a 215? Something like that. Super flat, but still has a presence. It's not too thin. So it's got that really flat sort of profile. Love the shape of the lugs. very subtle. It's just hard to pick up. The beauty in this is in just how subtle it is. The way that dial's finished, the indices, the hands, the actual print. They're brushing and polishing. So as you can see, the case sides are brushed. Bezel's polished. Very sharp edge though. Gorgeous strap. It's just on a pin buckle. And with my large wrist, it's on the last hole. You can get a larger strap. Yeah, just a snap case back. And just, yeah, it's just been discontinued, this model. Not that it means much, it's only a Calatrava, so it's not trading at 3 times its value. And don't worry, I checked that just in case it started going up. But no, it's just sitting there stagnant. It's not one for everyone. I'm not typically a dress watch guy, but I don't just see this as a dress watch, because this kind of Calatrava shape back in the day was not just a dress watch. You know, those wide lugs. It's more than that. And I'm quite happy to wear this just with a nice shirt and jeans, and it comes across beautifully. So you can see the beautiful tang buckle. I'm only doing this on my phone, so the focus is probably not going to be good enough, but yeah. The Calatrava cross on the crown. One thing with this watch, it is, you gotta be so careful winding it. If you've got small fingers, you're fine, but you don't want to brush the bezel with your finger, because you will scuff that polish. So you really use the tips of your fingers to wind it, and because it's manual wind, you have to wind it all the way up. It is a tedious process, but hey, it's a bit of time you spend with this beautiful watch, appreciating its, you know, its simple beauty. So yeah, to a lot of you guys, you'll be surprised at how much, yeah, I like this. Always been a tool watch kind of person, but it's beautiful and it's not going anywhere. Kind of feels even a little bit more special now that it has been discontinued. Has a, you know, a huge history. It dates back to probably the early 30s with the reference 96, which was one, I think, the first Calatrava, which looked very similar to this, but in a much smaller case. And this being the 5196, yeah, is related to that watch. So, it's a gorgeous piece. Probably worn it, I'm trying to think how many times. A few times. Probably worn it, I mean, maybe nearly 10 times now. So you can see the strap holds that shape, the shape of my wrist. Now, this is my second one, which I was quite surprised to get the call for. So this is the 5168G. So it's the white gold Aquanaut in the, I think it's about 42mm case with the blue dial. It's the anniversary model. It's the 20-year anniversary. So probably wore this the same amount of times as the Calatrava. Just try to be careful not to hit those little studs. There's another thing, I'm always nervous with these watches. I just don't want to mark them. Eventually it's going to happen. I haven't marked them yet. So there, this is automatic. A little bit more thickness to it. I think it's 120 m water resistant, which is great if you want to go in the pool with it. I'd love to do that. I'd love to take it on a holiday and, yeah, really enjoy it like that. I just may, I don't know yet. These rubber straps are super comfortable. I mean, it does, the weight's all in the top, obviously, being on rubber. The deployment is white gold as well, but yeah, not much weight down there. But on the wrist, it doesn't feel top heavy. Sort of, you know, conforms to your wrist really easily and is very comfortable. So it's got a double button here. opens up as such, fits over a large wrist easily. The straps, before they've been, when they're from factory, before they've been cut, they're huge. You could literally fit it around your ankle, they're that big. So that was one good thing that wasn't an issue for me. They still had to cut quite a few of those pieces off. We probably did it, at the authorised dealer, they probably did it, I think 3 times, and it was still too big, and he said, no, wear it like that and see how you go throughout the summer as your wrist swells. Turned out it was still too large, took it back. I did think about cutting it myself, and I thought, no, I'm not doing that. It's a Patek, I'm not touching it. So I took it back, they cut one more piece out of this, and now it's perfect. Winter or summer, it's, spot on. So, got the display case back. You know what, whether it's got the display on this, I couldn't care whether it had display or a solid case back. Sort of past that now. I mean, if it was a manual chronograph or something, it's pretty crazy to look in it back or something like that, or a split second or whatever, but on a watch like this, it's just all about that bezel and that dial. It's like blue in the middle, goes to black on the edges, and it's just hard to pick up the subtle transitions in that bezel compared to AP, where they're really sharp angles. The angles are there, but they're so subtle, they just, almost blend into each other. You can only pick it up on the light. So it's got the signed crown. Brushed and polished. And I've got some lovely watches in my collection, but these two Pateks are what is it, the saying, the crown the jewel in your crown. They're just something else. Don't get me wrong, I love my Rolex. I wear my sub every day. Appreciate all my Rolexes. These are just somehow more of an accomplishment to me in my collecting. I knew from 10 years ago, I knew I wanted to get a Patek, and I just never rushed it. I just kept collecting through all the other brands, and sort of naturally came to this. But pretty much, it's probably 6 months before I bought this Calatrava, I tried one on. It was the yellow gold version with the white dial, and immediately loved it. And I thought, I'm going to start there. And sure enough, 6 months later, went in, asked about this watch. Sure enough, they had one. I was thinking of the yellow gold, but when they brought out the rose with that silver dial, I think it's just a prettier watch. And just said yes on the spot then. So, great memory. And then when I went to pick it up, we were going into lockdown. That was another good thing. I dropped work, just ran home, showered, jumped in the car, and got to the authorised dealer probably half an hour before they closed and went into lockdown for, I can't remember how long we went into lockdown. Picked it up. At least I got to bring it home before the lockdown. Just couldn't wear it anywhere, there was nowhere to go. But at least I enjoyed it at home a little bit. So, that's those two. And it's awesome how every time you buy one, they come with a cool little travel case. The pillow snaps in. It's nice and basic, made well, compact. Because the ones you get from AP, which don't necessarily come with the watch when you buy it, they just sort of give it to you separately, or whatever. A bit bulkier. Same two little snap things there, but it's got like a slide-in pillow, which is good. It's just quite a lot bulkier. Just on the, maybe I've just bit smitten by Patek at the moment, but everything about it I think is great. Even that brown colour that they use, I think I really like it. Just represents class. Sounds funny coming from a farmer, but yeah, so there's them, and I did want to show you my vintage Speedmaster on those NASA straps you can get. So put on this. Well, it probably looks better on a new Speedy because the strap is not distressed in any way. But maybe if it was distressed, it'd suit a little bit better. I think it's cool because it is a pre-moon, which are the ones they used. So makes kind of sense. And was it overpriced? It was a rip-off. It's not that good. The quality is not that great for, I can't remember what I paid, nearly 300 or something. It's fucking stupid. But and the other thing I didn't like is they've printed Amiga on the inside of this bit. It should clearly be right there. And I've tried to work out, is there other ways you use the strap? Not really, because you need that to fold and come on the outside. The NASA's there, but it'd really be nice if that Amiga was on this side. But that's what it is. So it's a bit plain on that side. And yeah, I always enjoy wearing this Speedmaster. Out of all my Amigas, this is the one I wear most. And I've worn it on the farm a lot too, even though I probably shouldn't because I'm pretty sure this won't handle any water. But yeah, can't explain why. I don't know if it's the character of the piece, because you can see it's such an honest piece. It's been, someone loved it, wore it very hard for a long time. They really enjoyed wearing this watch, and still functions perfectly. God knows when it was serviced last. And the dial, I've done the crystal. If I had a new plexi in it, you could really appreciate this dial is perfect. Yes, the bezel insert is original and chipped to hull, so and bent in places. But the dial and handset is just so honest and perfect. The lume on each indice is spot on, completely full, haven't washed out. A lot of them you see, they've washed out back to white. The lume falls off, and yeah, they look really shit. This one is, it's about as good as it gets. And it's got a bit of a sunburst appearance outside. It's a stunner, yeah. All original pushes, crown. Always wanted to find a bracelet for this, but they're not all that easy to find. Flat link stretch, and by no means are they cheap. So I haven't really bothered about it. That's why I sort of bought this strap. Put something that sort of means something to the watch with the NASA on there. And yeah, apart from that, I'm always wearing this. So I'm interested to see how well this goes for how many years before I change up my daily wear. Anyway guys, I made a long video. Hope you enjoyed it. My videos aren't exciting or anything, but yeah, it's all just about the watches. So hope you liked it guys. Till next time, of course, take care. Bye bye.